You are in Amoria. I have a round of questions to ask the whole party. 1, did you sleep?
Yes.
Horribly.
Why wouldn't I sleep?
Alice doesn't.
2, for how long?
Probably got a total of maybe around... Well, actually, it depends. There's
Yeah,
no
what
real
time did
alarm
we show
clocks.
up?
Right, yeah.
Like
So,
7,
like,
8.
I was up until, like, maybe 3 in the morning, and I'm
Yeah.
still sleeping.
So, but like...
Like, I was, like, in and out, and, like, for a while, and
But
I just
you-
finally got to bed around
You did
5.
get... You're experiencing some REM sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Stag. Does he just, like, knock out and then sleep?
I will say Alice did set you up with your own, like, alone room.
Yeah. You have a locked room.
I'm suspicious of you, because you specified a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
Dungeon
See, but here's the thing. Did he sleep?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All 3 of you are awake. And you're in the, I would call it a lower courtyard of a big string of buildings. This used to be a big square, but it's sort of been retrofit as a common living or, like, sort of a communal area for the big city. It's been cleaned out, and there are some faculties lining the outsides of it. You've all gathered here in this square, this lower courtyard of Amoria. What do your morning activities look like?
Standing, present.
Posing.
Okay, I pull up!
Yeah.
What's Stag do in the mornings? What's his like... I want to know his American Psycho routine.
So accurate.
What's he do?
I get up with my daily cleanser.
I live in 1541 West American Avenue.
What's the New Mexico? The Breaking Bad.
God!
The Breaking Bad address.
Negro Royal, New Mexico.
Royal Lane. What's the numbers? I don't know. He get up. He take a piss. By now he's already lit a cigarette.
I imagine he's like pulling everything, like zip, click.
Yes.
I will say, while Alice wouldn't, like, say it or show it, you do get a few, like, glances from the people around him.
No, I'm sorry. Alice doesn't like people smoking.
Her entire thing is life.
Yeah, that's fair. So, Stag, I imagine you're just like a slow, just like, piss, get dressed, find coffee. Oh, do you have coffee? Is that like a thing
Is there
you
coffee
have?
here?
I don't
You
think
don't entertain guests.
I don't
a
think
lot.
people drink coffee here. I think we have a storage area of literally everything.
Yeah.
So you drink some extremely aged coffee.
Some antique-ass coffee.
A millennia ago.
Ew.
Vacuum sealed. You open it up and you open the package and you're awake. Oh! Oh!
Clip that.
Destroyer of colons.
Yeah, no, you take you. I
I
don't need to eat anymore. Milo, what's your morning routine? Especially after the day you had yesterday.
desperately want to go back to bed.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so how long did you sleep?
Dude, it was like 5 hours
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
and out. By the time it was just
So
like
you-
the sun was up,
yeah.
it's like
You got the early REM break. So you're up. Alice has been up all night. Yes.
Alice has been
What
working
have you
all
been
night.
doing?
So I mentioned last session how I wanted my little birds to remove a small sample from the chimera head. And so she's probably been studying that. She's been coordinating. She's been looking into the null steel locations, seeing if there are any.
Oh yeah, where did you get that from? That was in the book.
From
right?
the set, she transcribed one of the Sentinels book.
Yes. Have you sent out scouts or just like alerted people to that yet?
Yeah, I think what she's done is there have been a few degrees of separation. She doesn't want any of her own people around the material that can kill magic.
Right.
But
yeah.
like she's had people call people like, all right, check out this area, see if I'm sure she owns some small mining company
Right.
somehow. So like basically looking into those locations. What else has she been doing? She's been thinking a lot about the monster in Hades. Thinking about it, if like the logistics of like creating a large artificial cloud to protect it, to move it, maybe. I don't know. She's been busy. She's been all over the place.
So eventually you all end up in the courtyard because it's sort of the central intravenous system of the roads in this
Hard time
city.
thinking.
You exist.
Alice sees that you're both awake and like gestures over to both of you. Milo, I
Are there hoodies in Harbinger?
what are you saying? Why
Are there
there
hoodies in Harbinger?
not one that Milo would wear? Why would?
No, hold on. You can just wear a storm cloak. Like that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, less hoodie, more poncho.
It's a poncho that goes down to about your knees with a big hood. That
I
you
swear to
cinch
God,
up.
if you start describing Milo's appearance again.
No, that's why I'm doing. Anyway,
Um,
just big burlap
Yeah.
poncho.
Anyway.
He's wearing that.
Something that's like winter heavy.
He's in his feelings.
Yes.
So, I wanted to discuss something with you, both of you.
I'm gonna go over at Stag.
Milo, the incident with the Inquisitorius was,
Telling.
no, I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't sound mean.
I already know.
It was your fault. You drew their attention.
Yeah, I know.
You are very skilled in combat. And as I witnessed yesterday, so is Stag apparently an excellent shot.
Apparently. I'm sort of
If
offended.
you-
I'm sort of offended by that, honestly.
Wait, what? I just complimented you.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I thought you were just a run-of-the-mill detective. I didn't know you were. All right, okay.
He hasn't had his coffee yet.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is, if you have the time, I would recommend you learn a thing or two from him in using practical, mundane weapons.
Oh, yeah.
That way, whenever we do encounter enemies again, you know, obviously the Inquisitorius was going to arrest us and was going to find out what we are eventually, but, you know, in most combat situations, we don't want to be using our special abilities, and, you know, I'm sure you could learn something from him.
What is the age difference between Stag and Milo?
Stag is like 43 and Milo's like 25.
I think you're twice his
Goddamn,
age.
I'm his papa.
Yeah, but yeah, she was saying you should probably get versed in more practical weapons.
I've heard you express that you have to run constantly, and you have to, you know, it's a vicious cycle. You get seen using magic, and so you have to kill the person who saw you use magic, using magic, and more people see you, and it's, you know, rinse repeat. If you start using practical weapons, they'll stop being a problem.
It was like a what do you call it? Almost sort of a loss of self in a weird way. Just, I don't know. I think that might have been why I don't, but I'm down to learn for sure.
He holds his gun. Yeah, I could probably teach you a couple things, but
Son.
like, son, yeah.
Bud.
Trying to look cool.
Ain't no way.
Alice, you feel something.
That's right. Can I look around?
This is something that doesn't happen often because you are not usually unaware of these things before they are this close. You feel an old presence, but one you don't recognize. This has the telltale features of something that has escaped your memory. Something that feels very familiar, but that you can't identify. It is suddenly residing just outside the walls of this interior square.
Not familial, I hope. Like, I feel like that feels distinctive enough where I think she would remember.
You could make a guess.
Should I roll something?
It's close.
Should I roll to like sort of like remember? I guess.
No.
No? Okay.
No. But you can feel, this feels familiar in the sense that you can tell this is something that you have forgotten.
Okay.
And it is suddenly right outside your walls. In a way that seems unnatural.
I'm in your walls, I'm in your walls.
Yeah. You just...
Can I like sense any sort of like emotion from it? Can I sense a...
No, you just, this is sort of your...
Size?
Your personal sort of attribute is that you can feel these things that are sort of attuned to you.
Sure.
This is something that is attuned to your kind.
Huh.
It, like in the way that your
Can I see this
offspring...
Just like this is...
No.
Are you having like
She's...
a spidey sense?
I'll tell
or
you
just...
this, Milo, you smell... You
Okay.
smell something. It is a scent that is vaguely familiar to you. It is almost like the trees that you passed through on the way to the Priceley estate, but it is softer, and it begins to blow through this area. Stag. This smells like home. This smells like south of the mountains in the Freelands.
I think just
I'm
the
gonna follow that smell and
whole
see-
room just sort of like falls quiet as we all like look towards
Are we
that
not
direction.
outside?
You are outside.
Okay. Just making... That
Let's
confused
find
me.
the forest dryad, bro.
That is concerning. She's going to like... She's not even gonna move. She's gonna like mentally call over the two sentinels.
They don't respond to you.
Oh, that's no good.
You can't feel them.
Hmm.
You can't feel anything outside of this city. You are suddenly alone with this other presence and these two others.
Can I see him?
You can't see anything beyond the wall. There's just a door.
Oh.
So are there
You
not
should've go
not
out,
people
man.
with me right
No.
now?
They're all gone. It's just these two. And you would know that's different.
I mean, I'm gonna get up and go out the door. Sloppily walk over.
I'm
you go
sorry.
out
What did you say? What was that descriptor?
sloppily.
Sloppily. You know when
Are
you're
you
like...
good?
You know when you're just like normal walking and there's like you're tired, you just don't.
He trudges to the door.
Okay.
Trudges works.
Me personally, I don't trudge. I'm above that behavior.
He struts. Do you also go to the door?
Sorry, door?
Yes, there's a door in the wall.
Okay. Oh, okay, yes.
Yes, do Alice, you follow them at least?
Yeah, I was confused
Yeah.
about what he was talking about.
She's gonna follow. She's gonna put her mask on.
There's like an inner walled section in the city of like a big courtyard, and you're exiting out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I see, okay.
Yes, you open the door and you walk out into a vast field of grain. You are no longer in the city.
So that's not normal.
You immediately stopped here.
The wall is no longer behind you. You are in the middle of miles of golden grain.
Is there a door behind me?
There is nothing behind you.
Oh, shit.
Is it hot now?
It feels like a temperate fall day. The only defining landmark you can see is a tree about 40 yards off. Both Milo and Alice, you recognize this place.
Mhm.
Stag, this place is new to you.
Might as well make it home just to trudge
Say what? Say what?
towards the tree
Trudge.
Oh, okay.
through the field of flowers.
Grain.
I'm gonna ready my gun and also follow, I guess.
Alice?
She's going to sort of like look up. What does she see in the sky? What does that look like?
You see the sun. It's at about, I would say, 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And you see the second sun trailing slightly behind it. Stag and Milo, you approach the tree. There is someone sitting at the base of it. Milo, you recognize this person again. It is a young child this time. Still
Does it
propped up against the
Look
tree
familiar?
reading. No,
I don't recognize the child.
you do not either.
Yeah, and Alice will catch up as she does the hand through the
The
grain.
gladiator.
Yeah.
They look up at you, and it's odd because they keep... Every time you shift your focus and then back to them, they appear different. They're someone else. They're a face you've seen in a crowd, or someone you've thought of.
I can't remember. Have they dealt with the mimic thing yet, this group?
You guys... Okay, so it's weird. Milo hasn't. Stag has, but didn't know the spider was him at the time. Alice, I want to say she's heard of it, but she's never personally interacted with it.
But this is... Your eyes shift and unfocus, and it's a different face you've seen before. People in crowds from, like, distant memories, childhood faces you've seen. And they look up at you, and it stops on an unrecognized form. I'm glad you could all make it.
Is this like a normal part of the town, or...?
Alice just like slowly shakes her head.
Right.
Why? How do you remember this?
You don't know. Ah, that's right. It's all part of his plan. I'd forgotten many things, but these days I'm beginning to remember them. They haven't come back to you yet. That's why I'm glad we can have these talks again.
I know you.
I think you do, and I think I know you as well. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Quite longer than normal, I believe. If normal is something you could call it. Milo, you are here again. Have you thought about what I have said since last time?
You mind jogging my memory? There's all good things must come to an end, something around there.
To put it in simple terms, but I do not wish to simply recount turns of speech. I want to know how you feel about it. The end.
To me, it's...
And not simply a breaking of a cycle that has continued since the beginning of all existence, and not a recurring cycle.
It sounds like about time to me.
The end of all things. All things existent.
Maybe I can get a break then. More or less.
Stag, you're new to this place. I haven't had the good fortune of speaking with you yet.
You guys know this? Is this a girl or a boy?
You can't... every time you look, it appears different.
Okay, alright.
Every thought you have shapes what you see.
You guys know this person?
I've talked to him
Not
once
in the
before.
normal way.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you ever think about the end? The end.
Is this a rhetorical, or...?
Of all things.
What are
Do
you
ever
getting
think
to?
about
What are you getting to? Can you get to the point? What is this? What is this? What is this bullshit? Oh, pardon my French, sir or ma'am. What is this? What is you? What are you?
The end. You all awake. It's early in the morning. You're back in your beds. You never woke up. You are now awaking inside Amoria.
Alice is going to... Alright, so number one, she's going to see if... Alright, when did I go to bed? Because, like, she can sleep. She can choose to.
Yes, you seem to have dozed off sometime around 6. You don't really recall it happening.
Alright, so this is... I don't know how much complete control I have over my physiology. This is a weird question. Can I stop hearing? Can I cut off my hearing?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. Do I feel any different?
No.
Okay.
Just cut off my brain.
Yeah.
No, everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Milo's just on his back.
Yeah, you're awake again.
Staring at the ceiling.
What the fuck?
I don't care anymore.
Stag, you're also awake again.
Fucking bullshit.
You also need to piss again.
Oh, goddamn.
I imagine you just immediately...
That's what he's most worried about? Okay.
No, I've soiled my chance.
I've soiled my British.
But now you can feel and hear now. In the dream, you recognize that it was uncommon. There was no sound. There was no one in the city besides the three of you. Now you can feel across the world and the city. There's sounds from outside, and you can feel that you are surrounded and connected again.
All right. So, you know, this is a weird space to operate in because it's a lot of
all his blankets and cocoon.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie.
Become burrito.
I turned myself into a burrito. I'm Milo Rito.
No.
He turned himself into a burrito. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
It's a weird space to operate in because like it's a lot of like, you know, brain and emotion and all that. So I don't know how much I can actually like gather from feeling, but thinking back to when I first entered that field of grain when Svjocic beamed me.
Yeah.
Does that feel like, you know, originally I thought that was something caused by her. Does that seem like something that was awakened by her?
The more that you think about it, the more it feels. You can remember how the grain felt, how it smelled. You remember how the ground felt beneath your feet. You remember walking there hundreds of times. It is a familiar place to you, but you can't put a name to it.
I'm just thinking, is that something
Those
that...
memories.
Is that something that she sort of like opened the door for, or was that sort of inevitable anyway?
I can't tell you that, but it does feel different from remembering other things.
Okay.
Like she reached inside and unlocked it. Milo, you can still remember the feeling. This dream was so vivid for both of you.
Christ almighty.
Yeah, so, well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but when you come out of your rooms, if you see Alice, she is very...
I'm coming.
very solemn. She seems kind of disturbed.
Again, in the distance, you can hear the sounds from the Hades conflict. Just... You can see in the still early morning light, it glows on the horizon.
What time is it? Like 6?
5:45 a.m.
45? That was pretty close.
Yeah, you were all jolted awake. Here. Room service? I don't know if it really counts. We're not selling you the room, but do you want food?
Do I get this, or is this just Milo?
Okay. Yeah, and then to Stag.
Yeah.
Alice is making tea.
Oh, pretentious
Yeah.
bitch.
A guy walks in with like it's like a plate, just like a plate of there are some hard rations.
Coffee?
And coffee, yes.
I guess you just hit like a Staples button, but just pretentious bitch.
I'm so confused.
All I heard was the Jesse Pinkman bitch.
Making tea is so inoffensive.
I don't know why the fuck those two were like this. I love tea.
Dude,
I don't even like tea. It's just,
leave
it's
it on.
fine.
Yeah.
Like, What's
like
the
tea.
problem?
I actually very much like tea, but it's
Stag is just
pretentious as
an
fuck.
asshole.
He's
Yeah,
not
that's
racist. He's
right.
just an asshole.
But yeah, Stag gets a hard ration and a coffee.
Coffee. Is it the fucked up coffee or is
Yeah,
it
it's
actually
just
normal?
there's like one of those like small espresso cups full
It's
of
not
it.
fucked up, but it will fuck you up.
So
Yes.
it's like a real macchiato?
It's fuck coffee. Yes, it's like Colombian espresso.
Okay. I don't know how I would know what that is.
Oh, you don't know? Okay. For reference, very small cup of coffee. You drink that, fuck you up for the next 2 days. Anyway, when does Milo get up?
Probably when his tummy rumbles.
He
The
told me
only-
rumble.
The one reason why anybody gets out of their depression room is like, I hunger.
It's always piss for me.
It's always piss.
Literally,
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
get a
oh man,
reference
I
for
fucking
myself.
love this, but I have to piss. So you go down and you try to find the eatery, the mess hall.
Yeah.
Do you stop and ask for directions?
No.
You don't find it.
Fuck.
This is what you get for being a pussy bitch.
Yeah. So Alice, what are you actually doing?
Oh, man, she's bothered. She's mad. She like
Yeah.
there's something in specific that she heard that she's like, I don't like that at all. Actually, that sucks.
What would that be?
The fact that it's just the end and there's nothing after that, like that kind of, there goes all of her hard work. If that's really just it. So she's just like, it's like in that point, in that case, what's even the fucking point? Like, why even go to kill the demon? Like, we're delaying, yeah. For the first time, she has to consider it being like the end for, because like, you know, she's not scared of the concept of death because she knows she'll just come back sometime later. But the idea of like, okay, this is it for real.
Oblivion.
Oh yeah, just being like a normal person.
Yeah, couldn't be me.
But even the Doom Lords believe that they are, and always will be. Eventually, you get a perimeter alarm from your 15-mile mark.
All right.
You hear
Which side?
northwards.
No, I'm so basically the dark or not.
Oh yeah, so northwest, so on the light angle. Nothing. It's been years since something has disturbed your east perimeter.
Okay, that's good to hear.
But your northwest line, you get a perimeter alert.
All right, she's definitely. I will say, retroactively, just because she's not a novice, she did have people like search the Jeremiah's ship to like scrub it.
Oh yeah, the ship was actually pretty clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get an alert that there is a caravan moving south.
Dunish?
No.
Hmm.
It's actually moving away from where the bastion would be.
Okay. I think she's just gonna like instruct everyone to sort of hold tight, come in, just like basically
Fall back.
make it appear that we are an abandoned town. There's no reason for anyone to be here other than us, so let's not be here.
Yeah, so Milo and Stag.
But like, you know,
everyone-
obviously keep an eye on the development.
Going inside, yeah.
Everyone begins to pull inside, and they inform you that everyone needs to be inside now. So you all just you find a house. You, to quote a classic, find a hole.
Can't we just go back to our rooms that we were in before?
No, they
Is
instruct
it
you.
seriously like a rush?
There are like designated places in basements and big hangars that people are retreating to.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you get sort
imagine
of
what a lot of it
ushered
has
along.
been is like, you know, the sort of the like first or second floor of old houses has sort of been like covered up with like solid snow and ice.
Yeah.
So like it's basically like a cave system of first level, like with tunnels through the ice.
Which is dope. So yeah, the first floor areas are where they retreat to and they lock up. But you are in this underground area, and for the first time, you get to see a lot of the individuals up close. And they are
freaky sentinels.
You don't see the sentinels.
Okay.
There are 4 of those, and they are massive.
Okay.
But you get to see the individual, just people. And what strikes you is how absolutely common they are.
Yeah, Milo's like awfully like on New York City train.
Yeah.
Kind of playing this
There are
so.
people. There are Dunish settlers. You see a lot of nomads. There are imperial citizens. You actually see someone with a regent, informative officer's uniform. Just people from all over are in here.
Bizarre, but he keeps his mouth shut.
And you see there are many of the sick bays are beginning to fill up.
Yeah.
As people from the outskirts have retreated back to Amoria to treat wounds. You see a lot of Dunish
What is the
travelers.
transport to get to Amoria? I thought this place was like pretty unknown.
Well, yes. But you see these are all...
So are people trying to
Yeah.
occupy Amoria right now? Because it sounds like a... What? So is it Alice's troops that are like coming back?
No, there are
from
just
sick
people,
bays?
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, how did
There are
they
people
hear
from
about
all
this
over
area?
the world that all share this mark.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you can withdraw from this. She has her offspring everywhere. And they're kind of by the dozens withdrawing to this area.
Fascinating.
Oh, so these are all like her peoples?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought you meant like it's just random.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was trying to clear up.
They all bear her mark, which is head wings.
Head wings?
Head wings with eyes.
Okay.
There are 2 wings situated above and back from the ears, I believe. Roughly there. 2
Yeah.
wings. They fold around the head and they have eyes on them. So yeah, a lot of long hair,
Yeah.
a lot of mullets, a lot of afros.
They don't like the head wings?
We like it.
Well, they don't want them to be seen.
Um.
Very visible mutations.
So at some point, I'm sure she's gonna find both of you.
Yeah. And it's not hard because immediately everyone around you is just, hey, you're wanted over here. And without speaking, all of them just turn and immediately know. And they lead you to Alice. You don't see, a lot of them, pretty much none of them actually speak to each other. They all just perform tasks silently.
Yeah, Milo's definitely just staring.
You'll see
a
one
spot on the floor and staring at it for sure.
You'll see once in a while, like 2 people will just like stand next to each other and then both break out laughing out of nowhere.
Oh.
There's a lot of just staring at each other.
Oh god.
But yeah, you were led to Alice.
Yeah, Stag's gonna go over to Alice. So, I noticed like your people. Is this like a cult? He gives you a look. The cult. So you know, I'm not actually like I'm not cool with cults.
Really?
It's
No reason.
it's I'm sure a lot of people would call it that.
So it is a cult. You are a cult leader, Alice. You are a cult leader.
By definition, a cult is a religion that tries to bring in followers, and I would consider this group neither a religion nor actively recruiting. However, I think, given our reputation with the Inquisitorius, I think cult works.
Your reputation.
Community, I would say, maybe.
Oh right. Yeah, that's what they're called, right? What's your reputation?
They don't like us. If you remember, they tried to kill us the other day.
Oh, that was. Oh, my bad. I didn't put those together.
Stag just gets shot at by
Yeah,
everyone.
avoid that, I guess.
Milo, how are you? You approach on the scene. What is your energy?
My energy is...
Oh yeah, where are they?
I do not want to be here, and I am picking my spot on the floor and staring at it. Very, we're gonna call it, we're just gonna put it on the nose, just, this guy is like exuding bad vibes.
Had trouble sleeping? She gives you a cup of tea.
Oh my god. Where is she getting all the tea from?
She
Is
has
she
a
just,
lot
like,
of tea.
Getting it out of her pocket.
No, she was like sitting there making tea. That's what she did with
She
her
has
morning.
like a setup.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has like a
Yeah.
situation. Is it like a stand? She has a tea stand.
Oh yeah, like
and
I
has a
don't
tea
want to
stand in
paint
her
this
soul.
as like a refuge. This is a
commune.
city
Yeah.
underground. People live here.
Yeah, the Milo's just
They congregate.
Yeah.
In the commune.
sipping his tea and just really just doing that for the time being.
So
You need some tea.
I had something of a dream with both of you in it.
What kind of dream?
With the fucking hippie and the tree and the
Yes, that dream.
the poetic and the
Hmm.
Milo was having like a connection. I don't want to assume anything. Fuck.
I've been there before.
So you
Going to
both
say.
were there too somehow.
Yeah, I mean.
That's
I saw you there.
strangely unsurprising.
Did either of you get anything from that conversation? Because all I got was a bunch of bullshit.
Yes, unfortunately I learned
I mean,
that the cycle isn't moving past this world. Regardless, it occurs to me that this is only the second time that I've had this kind of vision, and both times were after I was exposed to the Chimera head. I think maybe we should all have a conversation with it. Stag, you aren't informed of what that is.
you mean you got the Chimera head to talk?
Has a mouth, has a mind.
What is this?
Oh, he hasn't seen that
Yeah,
yet.
So
hypothetically
essentially,
talks.
it's there is a rather troubled man who recently passed, and one of his possessions was a ancient creature kept alive barely that could it had the absolute ability to recreate an endless genetic pool, I suppose, and it's now in our possession. So
What what is this? What?
yeah,
Is this an object or is this like
It's a head.
I will show you. Yeah, so the gang goes to get head.
Where is the head?
Show
me to the
The
head.
boys are looking for the head.
God,
Question for
The
you.
head!
I'm trying to think where. I think the city bank
Fellowship of the head.
is probably where it is. What? Why?
That was kind of funny.
Alright. But yes,
Thanks, Austin.
it is needed to be kept near the edge of the black. One, because you need to keep it cold, and two, because it started to wake up.
The head is too powerful for this town.
And by wake up, when you get there, you are greeted and you are informed that it has started to grow.
So what does this look like?
You enter the room,
Okay.
and through a sort of gaggle of people in coats and protective equipment, on a table is a head. It is scaled, it bears too many eyes, and has a line of spines going down its back.
I remember you mentioning it had like a lion's mane or something too.
Yes,
Wait, it's two. What?
it is the head of a chimera.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, it is a mixture between a lion and a lizard, and in my universe, a dog. So just this
Okay.
giant
The head-
monster
The
head.
head of a lizard? The head of a dog?
All of these things combined.
It's all
Yeah.
in the head. It's all the thing, like all in the head.
It is a scaled head.
It's not like how Milo is, where it's like.
It's
top
just a
bottom.
head.
I think what she's saying is Milo is, Lego man
Yes.
with different head.
Yeah,
This
so
one
what
it was
and
blended. It is the
Yeah.
shape of a canine skull, scaled. There are dozens of eyes lining the top of it. There's a mane descending down the back. There's these big fangs in it. There's, these spines.
Hmm.
And the eyes look over to you.
To me?
Yes. You approach this head on the table, and you see it's actively bleeding, and you can almost perceive that at the neck it is beginning to grow back.
Oh.
So is this thing going to eventually grow itself a body?
We believe.
Okay.
Is
this thing malicious, or is it just a creature or an animal?
Does this have skin, or is it just a skull?
Scales.
Okay.
I'm going to...
It looks like you just lopped the head off something.
Yeah, so... what part of it did we, extract genetic material from?
I assume you went inside the mouth and just did a palate scrape.
That works.
And they informed you that it immediately grew back.
Hmm.
And actually, the tissue itself was reacting strangely.
So is there any way, how could I try to communicate with this thing using that? Could I, try and alchemically construct something from the material I extracted? Could I just talk to the raw material itself?
You could try to just straight bond with the brain inside of it.
I could try to, take part of myself.
Do
and put
we
it in.
know that Alice can do this? She can, bond to stuff?
Well, you don't, but...
I mean, you've seen some freak shit.
But you could try to just, raw reach out and communicate.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in trying that. We'll
Well, there
go for that
probably
first.
is some harm in trying that.
We don't know that there's any harm in trying that.
Yeah, you reach out and you put a hand on it, and...
Hello? Hello?
It responds back, and there's a moment, and all the sound drains from the room. And you hear what you call an echo of your own voice call back for a moment.
What do you want?
And you feel it shift under your hand, and the eyes look up to you. You are 224. You are atop a mountain, looking down at a large field of trees. It is late autumn. The trees are fading to red and falling off. And you are watching a small migration of beasts move through these trees. You would yourself know these as Sveltheim. They're six-legged beast of herbivore. Yeah, they're herbivores. But they move in large packs, and they take a yearly migration through these woods to reach a watering hole up from the south. You're back in the room.
So putting aside the many questions that poses, did that seem like just a random memory access, or did that seem like a response to what I asked?
It did seem you input and you received.
Okay. So you want to create life.
You are 352. You are inside a body that is alien to the one you're currently inhabiting, but one that feels very much natural. Like you haven't inhabited this form for a long time. You have 4 bipedal legs. You are inside a body with 12 sets of eyes. You are receiving a huge panoramic view. You can feel all the life along this area growing and changing. You are inside the body of a chimera. You feel more and more strongly, this is your form. You are in the room.
Alright,
Does
she'll...
Alice have any visual tics going on right now?
The head, while she was in her trance, started rapidly growing back.
Oh, shit.
Alice,
How rapidly?
Visible to the
Like,
naked eye.
Okay.
You see that it is slowly regaining mass from the stump of the neck. The room has grown cold. You hear just a few... as 4 of the other personnel in this room have just dropped
Oh,
cold.
shit.
Oh shoot.
Am I getting my life points sucked out
You
of
don't
me?
feel any different.
Hey.
How's Stag doing? No, like I'm asking you. How is he? Is this affecting him
The
physically?
mark on your forehead has started to heat up.
Oh, shit. You know what? Well, is it, like, painful yet? Or...
It's hot.
Well, I mean, there's people have fainted. I think I'm gonna start dragging people out, and then start yelling for people to leave the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they
How
began to
conscious
evacuate.
am I right now?
You're not right now, but
Okay.
they attempted to leave and were just dropped cold. Everyone but you, Stag, and Milo is out. And Alice, you regain consciousness, and 2 legs, a head, and a torso are staring back at you from the table. It is continuing to grow.
Oh, it's just a whole ass person now.
No, it is the front half of this creature.
Okay.
Has regrown from the head.
Oh, so it's kind of like a centaur sort of thing?
It's,
Or?
Not just, like, animal, just the front half.
So the creature has started
Oh.
to grow back from the
Okay.
neck down.
Yeah.
This kind of familiar to you?
No.
It seems to be like, I don't know, like soul eating you. You're like,
Yeah, she
Yeah,
like,
they
looks
are.
around.
They are gone. They are no longer alive.
What, the
it's like
people?
absorbing
Yes.
their heat, energy, or whatever.
Milo, keep an eye on the head. Don't harm it, but if it grows any more,
It is still growing.
yeah, use your ice on it. Try and contain it. And she's gonna go down to each of the fallen.
Yeah, they have been turned off.
Gotta look at it.
So not physically harmed so much as just like a switch has been flipped.
You can feel like your spark of life is no longer present. They've been turned to raw organic material.
It did the big crunch, or maybe it sort of took my power from me and it turned it.
You still feel everyone else.
Okay.
Your connection is fine, but these 4 have just been drained.
These are just random people? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I mean these are some of mine.
Well, yes. They all are, aren't they?
You guys see how much? Just
You ice it?
yeah, just gonna glaze it over with my hand.
I
There's-
kill him with my ice breath. There's a joke for no one.
It lets out like a slight hiss, and then it sort of jolts and slows to a stop. And it has stopped moving and stopped growing.
And I'll expend a spell slot. And it didn't harm. That didn't harm it.
Too
much?
You can actually now feel it, and you feel that it has stopped growing.
Sorry, little buddy.
Later.
Little for now, I guess.
Do you touch it?
Yeah, I touched it.
Yo.
With the ice.
You are 7.
Oh no.
You are in your old room, and you are looking in the mirror. You don't recognize the face because it is a human face. You are back in the room.
I'm gonna touch it again.
Nothing happens. It has frozen over completely.
Stag is getting all the citizens out of the room. So
Oh yeah,
he's,
he's just dragging them out.
Yeah.
Your mark has cooled down.
Does and it doesn't feel like okay. That's okay. I'm trying to think. Like, is this area safe?
It has stopped. You can feel like whatever was happening has slowed to a halt because it was frozen.
Mm-hmm.
But you do receive complaints from nearby areas that people were suddenly drained of some of their energy. They're feeling tired.
Yeah, so she'll basically relay the entire situation. Maybe not the memory bit, but like, hey, so people died. The Chimera head's weird. Do we have? I'm trying to think. Would Alice do this? I feel like having non-magical personnel would be helpful, but I don't know how she would go about like doing that. Are there?
You would have some allies.
Yeah,
They don't know practically anything,
sure.
but they're sort
Yeah.
of outreach.
Yeah, okay. Then in that case, I don't know.
I'll tell you this: you do have several Sub-Zero
I'm
holding
a
locations.
dumbass. I'm sure we have some sort of steel machinery, some sort
Oh,
of
of course, yeah.
like robots on the premises. So she's going to basically have a bunch of those arm this area and basically tell everyone, all right, stay out of the immediate vicinity of this.
I'll tell you, you do have several Sub-Zero holding areas. Like, you just have rooms that you could put it in that are like
why
negative
wasn't it
15
in there in the
degrees.
first place?
Because they're trying to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh. All right. Thinking back, what is the intent that I sensed? Was it like a purely
There was no intent.
just want to grow, or
There was no outside intent. You felt your own feelings reflected.
Yeah, this thing feels like a mirror.
This is yeah.
You think
Tempting.
I can make it super grow if I put heat on it? I mean, it makes sense to me.
Raises an eyebrow.
If I go back in, is the mark gonna start burning again?
No, it'll stop.
Okay, I'm going back in. I'm going back in there. And also,
Your hat's a little toasty.
did we need?
Oh yeah, it's still glowing
Oh, I
though.
forgot I have a hat.
Like you can see it under the hat.
Mm.
It's bright.
I have hair.
Yeah, it's bright.
Black hair.
What is your mark again? Rhino?
It's a
boar, isn't it?
bowl.
No, I think Theo was the rhino. I think he was
Was it a
an
boar?
owl.
He was the owl. Yes.
This is an interesting development. I think it's possible that this is me. Stag just like,
Where did you say you got this again?
Well, you were told that it was dug out of Amoria.
was I? Oh, did Jeremiah
Yes.
say that?
Yes. Out of the
Oh.
deep black area.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know why I didn't consider that before. It's weird how he would have access to that.
There
Alright.
was a mining operation there about 40 years ago.
Okay,
Well, when they actually started digging into it and then declared it a lost cause and left.
sure. Alright, we are going to perform some quick surgery. I would like to absorb some of this creature into myself, but not all of it. But I do not want it to grow.
I mean, it does seem like you a nice cup of tea.
Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Any developments on the outside caravan? Nothing there?
The caravan has passed fully by you.
Okay.
Oh, so that was just like.
Once they're in the clear, we're going to try and remove physically as many of my little birds from the immediate area. I don't want to get them too affected. And then I want, once that happens.
Oh, I already did that, didn't I?
Like, can we?
Birds.
Literal birds.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant your people.
No. Yeah, she actually has birds.
No, I
Continue.
meant my people, but like.
Yeah.
They're people, dumbass.
But they're little birds.
The
Yeah.
birds.
But no, well, basically move them out of the way, sort of isolate the area. Have a couple, honestly a couple forge machines on hand, and then basically what I want to do is like remove a small bit of it, and then freeze up that space again.
You could actually carve it right now, frozen.
Right. I don't want to fuck with it and put any of my people at risk.
No, but like you don't have to freeze. You don't have to unfreeze anything to carve it.
Well, yeah, but like it's a coating, right?
You could just crack that, drill in, and take something.
Okay. Well,
especially with the steel you have.
Sure.
If you want to just cut a hand off, you could.
No, that's the
It
plan.
has hands.
Yeah, no, you
already.
could just.
Okay. But she does have Milo on standby just in case if we need to super freeze it.
Yeah.
So, should I roll something for that?
Yes.
That feels like alchemy. Maybe?
Alchemy.
Let's roll for the first time.
Why are you so cautious for the creature here?
Why wouldn't she be cautious?
No, why be cautious?
This
Seems like a stupid question.
both of this reflects very, very clearly both of your personalities. No, my caution comes from my intentions in this life may be different than mine in the past. And so I'd like to know our perspectives, our respective perspectives before we...
You touched it too, right? Does it have sentience?
Yes, definitely. I suppose we should stop referring to it as it at this point. They're clearly
Touched again.
something. You poke it?
It's still frozen.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna roll alchemy. That's
I
a...
feel bad, like freezing something. Like it doesn't.
My trepidation also comes from the fact that if we completely thaw it out and it grows beyond control, it may just immediately trigger the end times.
So you're saying you think this is the same thing from the dream?
No, perhaps it's definitely a possibility. All right, here's my roll. Doo-ba-doo.
I mean, I'm just sort of thinking in regards to like hearing it out, you know.
So then that's what I want to do, but it needs to be in a controlled environment. I got a 21.
Have we moved it into the
Yeah.
freeze room, or is it just still chilling?
Milo is just keeping it frozen.
Mhm.
Okay.
You
know why-
remove.
why
Wait,
is
what
it-
part do you move? You can go for anything you want. It doesn't even have to be big. You can take a very small sample.
I'm going to take... Do I want to take a part that just grew, or do I want to take a part that was there when we first got it?
Both. Science.
Does it look like the teeth are like regrowable, or do they look like or a bit not obviously anything on it regrows? I'm saying like, does it look like the kind of thing where? Well, I don't even know what I'm asking here. Yeah, I'll take like a finger.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It is frozen pretty far sub-zero at this point. So you just and it immediately begins to thaw.
So does the hand does the finger start growing?
You see it seals itself and stops bleeding immediately. And slowly it begins to awake again.
The finger.
Yeah.
The finger's moving?
The finger starts to grow?
You feel it is starting to thaw out. You absorb this.
What she's actually going to do is she's going to take off her glove and remove the same finger on her hand.
Yeah.
Just... And then just... Lego piece sound effect.
It's not the Lego piece sound effect.
Does it,
It immediately bonds to you and actually shifts and morphs to take the shape of your other finger. What are you looking for?
Nothing specific. Just general vibes, memories, anything. Like
You
what
are
has this
400
what has this finger touched?
You are 415. There is a spear through your chest. You are pinned to the wall of a mountain. Your last thoughts were that he is going to ruin everything. He is going to bring the death of everything. And then you are buried by a mountain.
And that I have access to that?
Yes.
Like permanently?
That is now just a memory you have. All of these things remain in your head, vivid.
Okay. And there's no sort of feeling that like my will is being altered or superseded by this. It feels like one central.
This feels like another memory.
But basically, I'm saying, like, in terms of intent, does it feel like there's a battle for...
The intent was fear. You felt all-consuming fear.
Like the creature is scared?
Like you feared for all things that were, and that were about to not be.
Alright. I am mostly confident at this point that this is an old body of mine. However, clearly it has some sort of connection to Milo at the very least, if not everyone here. She's gonna hold out her finger to Milo. Here, see if anything happens.
I'm not pulling your finger.
She actually like cracks a grin at that.
I mean, I pull her finger.
I mean, I think what happens is and she will just boop the snoot.
There is,
I die.
This is a lot less
My skin
natural.
slaws off and my skeleton collapses.
This is a lot less natural for you. You aren't used to really experiencing this sort of feeling. You are 24.
Yippee.
You are a service clerk. Your job is to serve and process requests at the behest of the Lord Magistrate.
I never had that job before.
You look down at your hand for a moment. It's a slow day. It is not your hand. This is the hand of a human man. In this moment, you know what it feels like to breathe in through human lungs and feel hair growing out of your head, and you are back in the room.
So I think we're just going to call that one the memory finger.
What did you see? Or did I have access to that too? Or?
Memory
No.
finger.
What I saw was I knew that I was like 24, and that I was human, and I didn't have any mutations, and I was some like imperial.
Another thing
office
you
clerk
remember.
Guy.
You could tell for a moment this was not today's age. Things looked ancient.
And it's all sort of set in like a like imagine like, you know, like Amorio's like old as fuck, but like if it was alive. That's what I'm more so trying to get to here.
Is this... Alright, you are...
It's the memory finger.
You are an anomaly in most cases. Let's see what happens. She's gonna offer it over to Stag.
Give me the finger.
Burrows inside his brain.
He touches the finger.
Pick your nose.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No.
You touch the finger.
I touch the finger.
Immediate AIDS.
That's something when you touch Alice.
I mean, I could do that.
I think it's like you just... I have every STD.
Wow, I have AIDS. I touch the finger. Proceed, please.
You just sort of stand there for a second.
Nothing happens?
It's kind of...
Balls itch.
my ball.
Your mark lights up a little brighter and it starts to heat up.
It's kind of a gross finger.
She's gonna like touch the mark with the finger?
You are back in the house where you first saw your first demon. You remember looking at this thing, this person whose body is not their own, flame exuding from it, this building on fire. You feel these eyes staring into your own and far past, and you feel the mark like it is on fire on your head, and you're back in the room. And you still feel, for a few moments afterwards, like you can feel that creature.
Milo, so that was the second time you touched it. You touched it once before, right?
Can't keep his hands off it.
I mean, I touched it once when I put the ice on, so.
Yeah. What did you see the first time?
Yeah, that one's a little bit more of a guarded memory, but I was 7, looking into a mirror, recognizing a kid that did not look how I look now.
And did it feel like the same body as the second memory?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Am I borrowing somebody's soul?